Steve Burns here again. Thought I'd show a quick little example of the advantages of adding 3D objects in as independently from an airtight object. Okay, so I'm in my object view right now, so we're going to add in another cylinder. I'm going to hit the Control A. Let's go ahead and add the cylinder here. Oops, wrong one. Let's go back and Shift A again. Mesh, and we go to cylinder. We'll keep that the way it is. We're going to rotate this. Okay. In fact, let's go back to our modeling view there. That'll make life a little bit easier on us. Go to my R key, hit the X key for the axis, and 90 to rotate it. Let's make this a little bit larger. S key for scale, like so. Let's go to our front view. The number 1 key, Control or Alt Z for the X-ray view, and I'm going to just kind of get it centered with the circular shape in there. So I'm going to get it a little closer. That's not bad. Kind of move it just a little bit. Hit the S key, move it down. That looks pretty good. I may need to make it a little bit larger, just a tad bit, right about there. I think that can work. Now let's go ahead and look at my reference. I'm going to pull this so the center is the center of this strip area here that you see, right? So you could extrude a shape from this, but that is not the goal. The goal is to keep that shape separate from the engine pieces there. So I'm going to bring it on in. Hit the 3 key on the keyboard. Go to my side view, and I'm going to just stretch it like so. Getting a little closer. I want to make sure that's kind of dead center. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's get out of X-ray view and take a look at this overall. Not bad. I need to move it just a little bit. Right about there. Looks good. I'm going to move it down just a smidgen. Okay, that looks pretty darn good. Alright, I'm going to my my material view here, and as you can see, this is going to be a different material. It's about time we start to add the material. Let's get out of the, let's go to the object mode. Okay, and we're going to go down here to the material, and let's call this one metal ring. Okay, I'm going to click new, and we're going to rename this one metal ring. That's METAL and RING. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Now we have the material applied. The next thing we're going to do is we need to apply an image to that material. Let's see what happens. So if I go over to my shading tab, hit the period key to bring up your node editor. We're going to go to this node editor and we're going to apply an image. So Command or Control T, make sure that's selected. Control T, there we go. See, it went black there, went dark. Okay, so that's basically means that we can start playing with this. We need to apply an image to it, and just to kind of make my point, I'm going to go over here to Tab, and we're going to go to our texture paint mode. Let's go bring this menu over in the right hand side and go to our painting option, and I can go right up here as well and go to my texture paint there. That puts me into a nice little environment that I can actually play in, right? So now if I'm start to paint on this, nothing's happening, right? Okay, because I need to apply an image to it. So we'll go back over to our, let's go back to our shading, come over to here, see what happens if we apply that same a blank sheet to this. If I select it and then click open image, see what just happened? Everything is affected. So what I need to do is apply a separate blank sheet just to that ring. So you cannot use the same material that we've used in the body of the engine. So what I did was I simply duplicated the white page. So I'm going to bring it over here, Windows Explorer, so that you can see I made one called blank sheet copy. All right, blank sheet's being applied to the engine. The blank sheet copy is being applied to the metal ring. In fact, if we want to, why don't we call it metal ring? And I'm going to do that now. Select it. Metal ring. Okay, cool. All ready to go. We'll move this out of the way. Come down over here to my image texture. Go to open. Grab metal ring and open and look. It's only going to be applied to that. So that's what you're looking for. Okay. So at this point, let's go over to our texture paint mode. Okay. We can see over here the left hand side, UV maps being applied with that white background, that duplicate blank sheet that we called metal ring. And if I just grab any of these, I can start to paint on there, and it's completely independent. So if I wanted that to be, for example, kind of a beige color like what we have here, I can let's come over to my tools. Let's go over here to my texture paint, and I'm gonna go over here to my fill. And I can just, there we go. I can just tap it on there and fill whatever color that I would like to be placed on there. Okay, whether it's going to be a green or a red or that little beige there that we've got. See? All right, I figured that would be helpful. So be aware that if you want separate objects to be easy to fill with a particular color very quickly, then you're going to want to come over here and make it a separate object. And then from here you can always get your brush, right? So we'll come over here and grab our brush. We'll keep that color, okay? But we may want to add another texture. So a new texture, and instead of a blend, we'll go over here to use, as an example, our clouds once again, right? And then I can go to the sides and start to lay down that cloudy type of effect right along the sides, and then even get it to, we'll bring it down a little more, even get it to start to spill over into the sides in here. So that was it. I just wanted to share that, is to be aware of how you want to paint your objects, especially, and this is going to be very helpful for Substance Painter as well, because Substance Painter is often used alongside of Blender, and you're going to want to split your objects up in such a way that you can quickly fill certain particular areas with a certain color or a certain effect or a certain material. Okay, you see where we're going with that? Okay, thought that would be a nice little quick one to share as a FYI. More to come. Steve Burns signing off.